moving pretty quickly, not too fast, but it seems to be traveling for sure. I got a question earlier, how fast do these guys swim? So when they are... Awesome, another beautiful fluke up dive. So I've been getting some really good questions. Typically when we see those flukes up in the air, that means we are gonna have to wait, do a little bit of whale waiting for at least a couple minutes before it comes back up to the surface. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll probably wait and see how long they are diving for over in this area. I've been answering some really good questions, so I'm gonna go through a couple of them that I've heard. One of them was, do the whales ever come up to the boat? So sometimes these whales do. We have that 100-yard limit that we can't approach them by, but whales don't necessarily always follow the rules.
Yet, but we are halfway through, so we'll see what else we can find in a little bit calmer weather here.
So a lot of people often wonder why those whales are breaching like that. One of the main theories that we have is probably for communication. Sometimes we'll see whales breach from far away like that, and then we'll see whales in a completely different direction breach and kind of standing there. These are our Hawaiian spinner dolphins. They, as you will see in front of us, there's tons of them. They're usually in pods of around 150, 200 dolphins at a time. They are our smallest species of dolphin that we have here. So they're going to be around 5 feet long. And as we're watching them, notice the coloring on them. So the tops of them are going to be pretty dark, their sides are a little bit lighter, and their bellies are either going to be pink or white. And that's a form of camouflage that we see called counter shading. When you look at them from the top, they blend in with the dark ocean floor, and we look at them from the bottom, they blend in with the bright sky. So I'm going to pop off the microphone and allow you to enjoy this dolphin encounter.
No, I didn't see it. Tails into the water.
down here at once. All of these whales are not getting together and going, today's the day we're all going to head down to Hawaii. They're going to be coming down pretty much one at a time. These whales are very solitary creatures and don't spend a lot of time in groups. They're coming down individually. So they do a trickle migration where over the course of the season, there'll be different whales kind of cycling through. Each whale is only here for about 2 weeks. So the whales that are here right now, by the time peak whale season starts, which is between January and February, that's when we're going to have the most whales in this area. By the time that starts, these whales are going to be probably gone and back on their way up to Alaska. By the time the end of whale season happens in March, these whales are already going to be back up in Alaska feeding again. So right over at our 11 o'clock, 11:30ish, those whales are at the surface again. Another blow there. Look for a fluke here.
Yeah.
So we still have one more whale that probably is going to need to dive here soon. So keep your eye in that area because that other whale coming up to the surface a couple more times before it dove with the other whale the last time. As we're waiting, I'm going to take you through a couple years in the life of one of our female whales in particular. So when a female decides it is time to get pregnant for the first time, she is going to come down to these waters and make that first migration out of many over the course of a couple years. She's going to come down here. It takes her around 2 months to make that 3,000-mile migration.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they follow the road.
So these spinner dolphins are one of our species that I was talking about a little bit earlier. We call them a duck cheeks because they are our teeth whales. So these guys have teeth instead of baleen. Some of the differences between these guys and our baleen whales are they're only going to have one blowhole instead of two. Our baleen whales have two, just like nostrils.
That one, that's
These whales, as you can see, travel in pods or family groups, always in these pods for their whole lives, whereas our mississippi or baleen whales are pretty solitary.
that's interesting.
These guys use echolocation to figure out what's around them and communicate with each other, whereas our baleen whales do not. Typically with these species of dolphins, the smaller the size of the dolphins, the bigger the size of the pod. So that's why there are so many of these dolphins, because they're one of our smaller species of dolphins. other species that we have all we have an honest back tail flapping right at our 9 o'clock. And I've seen some of the behaviors that give these guys a name. These guys can jump up into the air and spin up to 7 times.
Ah. Let's see it.
So that was a lot of water. It sounds like there was maybe one making some noises in the distance. But I'm going to grab a recording that we have of some whale songs so that I can let you hear what it sounds like when it's a little bit closer. This is last. Never mind. Captain Vaughn has a good one for this whale season, so I'm going to let him play that one instead. So this was a recording from last week.